Okay, welcome back. Entertainment Review here on Metro Television. Now, my brother Emmanuel Sapon, aka Olele Salvador, has joined us. He's an entertainment journalist with CTTV and CTFM. Olele, you're welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be back again.
Yeah, definitely. We met earlier this week. We have our own thing. But let me just have your thoughts on this Black Sheriff thing. Best International Flow. He is going to be competing in that category with a number of other great acts.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to, he'll be able to pick that?
It might be a tight call. One of the guys in there from the UK, I've forgotten his name, but it starts with the C.
Yeah.
He's had an incredible year as well. Many of us who do not listen to grime,
grime.
or what we call British rap, may not know him as much as those of us who do because of our work. So he's the only one I can see being, the tightest contender to Black Sheriff's win. But Black Sheriff is not far-fetched from winning it. Sarkodie has won it when he got nominated the first time. Black Sheriff, maybe, just maybe. I don't want to sound biased, but he's had a good year. He's had a great year. Having co-signs from the DJ Khaled's, Shaq, Popcorn, and all those people, kind of like put him, and his footprints around the world. So maybe, just maybe, the kind of sensation he has become, from Ghana, he's had quite some traffic. So I would hope and believe and think that he will get a shot at it. But if he doesn't, I mean, he's done well for himself. To be nominated is enough. I think for him, this is going to be his third nomination after VGMAs and then 3 Music Awards.
This is a global one. Yeah.
So in the space of 2 years, you've had yourself nominated at, arguably prestigious awards. So I think being nominated is enough to say it's a win. But if he does win it, then praise God.
Yeah, it's a plus
really,
for
it's
him.
a plus, yeah.
Okay, so wish him the very best. Now let's delve into an issue that has been the talk of town since Tuesday, I think. Yes, that is the copyright infringement stuff against the Ghana Tourism Authority. Kirani Ayat, he's not been happy about it at all. But interestingly, it's not just about him. Fuse ODG is also part. So I'm sure now you know everything that went down. The president posted a video. Kirani Ayat wasn't happy. The GTA came in. The CEO spoke. Stakeholders were not happy about it. They say, let's talk about it. And I understand that they've been in meetings. Fuse ODG released a statement that they're also going to say the GTA about it. And, reports have it that they tried to meet the demands of the artists, especially Kirani Ayat, but it's becoming something else. And also people calling for the respect of the work of creatives in this country. That is what, the call has been all this while. So let's just get into it. And let me just begin with Coca. What's your take on all of this? I mean, Kirani Ayat, of course, he's been talking about the challenges that he went through, $65,000 video, all the hassle in the US to make sure he puts this together. Try even to get the GTA to use this as a promo for Ghana, but it didn't work out. And now it's been used without his consent for 4 solid years.
For solid 4 years, the video has been shown.
Yeah.
And all these things have been done. And so why now? I think sometimes we need to give respect to our work and get the credible people to do the nitty-gritty for us. The way we carry ourselves as creative people is how other people project us and relate to us. When you ask a creative person, musicians, video makers, who an IP lawyer is, or whether they have ever engaged an IP lawyer to look at even their contracts, what they sign to give their videos on digital platforms, they don't know. We sold our birthright the very day you start production and you don't have a team who does validation for you. We think every lawyer is a lawyer who can read every document, and that is where the problem starts. Whatever has happened for me is a goof. We've messed up, we've tarnished our reputation.
From who?
A goof from government.
Okay.
We've messed up. But you see, it gets to a point you need to be intelligent. How you negotiate with governments and how you get what is yours. Right? At this point, we start calling audacious, outrageous figures, you get nothing. Go and ask Walasi. As of today, whatever song would be used by the NDC, they are done and dusted with it. Whatever you want to do now, you can do it. Because there are family people who might also be associated with the people you are going to fight, and they will start telling you, you are bringing embarrassment to us. And we should know that from where we come as a people, our culture is different. So certain things, before you start, make sure you put it in the right perspective and get the right people to do it for you. And that is where the problem started from. Now there is a meeting and people go and they are asking for heaven. When you know that even you, on a normal day, those things you will not get. Sometimes you need to look at the bigger picture. Yes, they goofed. I've gotten them where I want them. How do I milk it? Milk it and leave it. When you stretch it too much, the same people who are fighting for you will come and tell you, it's enough, it's enough. As Olele, when the issue popped up, people made reference to Walasi. And there are journalists who will tell you that when even they were pushing, their own team started saying that we are in talk with the people, so calm down. That is what we do. So whatever has gone on, for me, it is wrong. But what has been the benefit to? So when you are going to ask for your demands, you should also look at where whatever was done, how he has propelled you. Go for what is for you and allow the goodwill to go. And it's always good not to talk as the artist or the creative person. Let your PR team do the talking. If you manage Helen K, and Helen K has a problem, and you come and bash, after all, what can I do? I can't do anything to you. But when Helen K comes to say anything, I will have a problem, and I will dent the image. So we should know how we manage our artistry. We need to start getting IP lawyers, entertainment lawyers, and stop going to general lawyers to review our documents.
No, but, okay, well, I could understand that. But the genesis of the thing is, the GTA in the first place, in their statement, didn't look like it had considered that, we use it.
That is why I'm saying that they moved.
So, Coca, coming from that background, the guy is pained that even before me seeing that you've used this, I came to you. So now it's like, I really need to get everything from you. But, you see, the things have become so many disjointed,
I will
things
ask
in there.
One question. Tell me, the gentleman's life, has he paid any show or any concerts to get the amount of money he is demanding or royalties that he has seeked for?
We cannot tell how much he is demanding, but the video,
I
according
sit at
to
the
him,
point and I'm telling you, the figures that were presented
video
are audacious and will not resolve it.
How much?
He has not given me the permit to say it, but I know the figures that I saw. This issue will be okay. Go come.
Okay.
What if tomorrow the government in power goes off? How do you get your money back?
Then it means that creatives do not, the leaders do not take
That
creatives
is why
serious.
I am telling you that it is a goof. So you look at the opportunities, get the right legal people who understand intellectual property to negotiate for you for what is due you. But when you bring a general lawyer, he will make the thing milky and you will lose your credibility. Okay.
Let me bring in Olele. Helen, you can join in. Olele, you've been following this keenly. Do you think that Ayat in this case is, I don't want to use the word overdoing, or should listen to what, like Kokoka says, that, what, the thing has happened already, and there's history that if you take it a certain way, it may delay and you may never have your money, as we've seen with Walasi, and he's still even asking for his money. So how do you think you should go about this?
I mean, I agree with Coca with getting a lawyer that understands, intellectual property, copyright laws and whatnot. I think I know where he's coming from with the use of a general lawyer. For those of us who are following the story, we are privy to know certain information. But you see, it comes back to knowing who you are and the kind of value you put on yourself as an artist. You know, the reason why I was livid and also at the same time excited for this particular case study is because for a very long time, creatives have been looked down upon, regardless of what government is in power. You know, creatives are only upheld when it is cocoa season, that is December or heading to December. That's where creatives become powerful. That's where government sees that creatives can make the country what it is. You know, because creatives are going to come together, put the ideas together, you know, establish all sort of products, services, events, whatsoever that would give the government or give the country a good name. You know, and the constant exploitation, which is what we are witnessing today, since 2019 till date, that's like 3 years. It should tell you that they piss wherever they want to piss when they feel like it, you know, and you can't do anything about it because you form part of the minority. And I was excited that at least with the kind of rage, I mean, we didn't have to go on the streets to protest. But the kind of rage and, you know, anger that was exhibited by young creatives, other creatives on the internet, to the point where BBC had to pick the story, should let you know that there is some kind of wind of revolution, you know, that's coming from this side. And in this case, depending on how it ends, will tell us where the heart of the government is. I know the first man of the land, the President Nana Akufo-Addo, is a man who has done his bit, or he has done his best to bring all these great, you know, shall I say, introduction of global events in this country. He's done his bit, right? But after it's come here, what are the leaders around him doing? What are they doing? What kind of systems are they establishing or are they putting down for people like Ayat to benefit from? Now you have the GTA, which is one of the most important government institutions in the creative arts, dropping a ball like this. This is the GTA, together with the Creative Arts Council. They are supposed to be protecting the interests of the creative, the Ghanaian creative. They are supposed to create opportunities for even trade, you know, whether locally or globally. These two institutions, in conjunction with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, all these three establishments are supposed to help protect and more or less create the opportunities for the Ghanaian creative. And they dropped the ball. They didn't do due diligence. They didn't have to cross-check. Okay, why are we doing this? Why are we using this video? Okay, who and who belongs to this video? In their press statement, they said they've been working with the agency that has been giving them these videos for time. How nobody called the agency into a meeting and say, have you received consent or have you gotten consent from even the individuals captured in the video? Because if you take away Ayat's video, the human beings you use in the video, they need to sign something to say, you have the right to use my image. You have the right to even use my voice or whatever on the video. And to use that video, or use those videos, put it together, put it on the president's verified official page.
That's huge.
That's ridiculous.
And the thing that, sorry to cut you, and the thing that the agency itself is, I don't know if it's.
I don't want to. I have had my time with the agency, and I'm sure by this time they're looking for me somewhere, because I would also want to throw a charge to Ghana Tourism Authority that how are you working with an agency for the last 3 years, an agency that is non-existent on the internet. It has no digital footprint whatsoever for the last 3 years. I mean, if let's say they created a website last year, that's okay. But for the last 3 years, the said agency does not have any form of digital presence, does not have a physical office, does not have a... When I saw the press release, even though I put it out there, I came back to quote on my tweet and say, I'm still not happy with this press release because it doesn't look like a proper press release. A proper press release should have a date, who you're addressing it to, a contact number, so that if there are any questions, the press... Exactly, you just put it there and you give us a long fine. But who are the agents behind this agency? And why have they been eating off other creatives' work for so long? These are questions that we are asking. Where is Samsao? Where is it located? How is the Ghana Tourism Authority working with an agency like this that has, look, Apex Advertising, Incel Communications, Ogilvy, Originate, all these big agencies that have done great work for local clients and international clients, they're all over the place. Even if they don't have an office in Ghana, they have an office in South Africa that is remotely overseeing all these things. But you have an agency like this doing something as big as Visit Ghana. Do you think if you go to Rwanda, where Visit Rwanda is, the agency responsible for Visit Rwanda will not be existent, or it will be a ghost name? Why have we been able to create a scandalous activity around such an authority? To think that this is the only place where, we could find our daily bread. To think that with all the other problems that the country is plagued with, this place should be devoid of such things. Sure. How did we get to this point? How many other creatives have been shortchanged? How many other creatives have sent a proposal to the Ghana Tourism Authority in the name of, I want to do something for this government, or I want to do something for Ghana? They have hijacked the project and reproduced it.
It's a sad thing too, because there's an agency or an authority that apparently was kind of doing well, trying to push Ghana. So this, but the CEO's comments, no way. Let me let Helen come through. Just come with your submission.
Okay, even talking about what he was just recently talking about, they recreate whatever they bring, and then at the end of the day, they recreate it or rebrand it and then bring it together. It's been happening, and even some musicians will tell you. And I say that it's our musicians. Are they really serious with their business, or is just the music they are doing? Are they really serious about the business part of their music? Because sometimes, like Coca was even saying, at least, you need a lawyer that understand copyrights, specifically to deal with that for you. Apart from that, you need a PR, you need a manager. Some of them think that they can do everything by themselves. So at the end of the day, they end up putting themselves in trouble. So something that, a PR is supposed to go and talk about for them or handle it for them so that they get a solution, they end up doing it themselves. And like you mentioned a figure, and then, because the thing is personally haven't been able to achieve that. Even when you are going in for a musician for a particular performance, for instance, when you go in through the manager, they are able to deal with you correctly because they understand the business. But sometimes the musician doesn't really even understand how to go about it, so they just, maybe they don't know the professional way to go about it, so they just mention a figure, for instance, and then they have been rejected. But then you need somebody to stand in for you. As simple as that.
I understand that bit, that maybe Ayat should have left this to management to take care of it, because his constant being on Twitter and talking about it was putting him in a certain way. Right. Management, deal with this thing for me. Now we all know about the thing. Coca, you want to make a point. Going forward, how should all of us as creatives make sure that we do not have things like that happening in our industry? Because people want this to be a lesson for the future so that it does not happen again, that people's works are used without their consent and monies are made of them.
If GTA continues working with the agency, then that will be scandalous. If GTA continues to work with that company that can challenge your employer on social media, a company that you have done something and you can boldly come, then, you see, there's a reason I said we should just forego everything, find a solution, and then grow out of this. This mud. We can get drowned in this mud. All of a sudden, the success story of Global Citizen is gone, and now this crap is what we are dealing with. So a lot of artists who are in the space are not excited with Kayati about the whole thing, that there is a way you could have gone about it. You get me? Again,
no, that is his matter.
If you ask me, I think that was the best way to deal with it. If you ask me, because
the plus and minuses are all the same.
Yeah, for personally, if you ask me,
we will all benefit from what we saw.
Yes, definitely.
We will all benefit from it. Now we have degraded that product to the barest minimum.
Which product?
The video. Whatever.
The Visit Ghana video?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
When you check, and when I check the figures, I've lost I was trying to look for it. When you watch in recent times, the numbers have doubled in terms of people who are visiting. And now it is even going beyond Accra.
Of course, yeah.
People come and they want to go into the other regions.
Yeah.
All these benefits. We have artists, we have content creators. As of today, everybody wants to create a show in Accra. Nobody is thinking outside the box that I am going to Tamale, I am going to Kumasi, I am going to Sunyani. Everybody wants to be in Accra. But a lot of the people who have the money spend Xmasses with family outside Accra. Really, 90% of the parties and the events are the people who come inside. The real Ghanaian doesn't even have the money to go for the events that we see.
Yeah.
So some of the things when we are doing, we should be careful because we end up creating a playing field for the party maker who is coming for vacation, and then the ordinary man who is supposed to benefit from what his country is projecting from the artistry and content, we lose out on.
So basically,
On a normal day, you see Ghanaians going to visit the lights at the Rollins Roundabout.
Yeah, the rich roundabout.
You see families standing there. Thanks to Jandel, who make that place beautiful. That is where you see a lot of families going round because they can't afford the typical entertainment that is being created in our own country.
Okay.
So if we don't get the right people to do the right thing for us, we will wait and not do anything. And then Christmas, we put every cost that we've incurred in our shows, and then we run.
Okay, so let's go for a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Olele as we wrap up on this Ayat, Fuse ODG, GTA, copyright infringements, brouhaha, and maybe we'll do some other things before we wrap up on the show. Entertainment review here on Metro Television. We'll be back shortly. We're wrapping up. We've got a few minutes to go, Lily. So, going forward, Fuse ODG also says his lawyers are going to meet the GTA Ayat, and I'm sure all other artists will be learning from this.
With Fuse ODG's one is even worse because I did a frame-by-frame comparison and I realized that the African Girl that was equally shot by Nikose in 2018, those same shots and so the same images were used in Visit Ghana, Here Ghana, in 2020. So, Fuse has actually worked with the Ministry of Tourism before for Brafier.
Yeah.
And that was where the confusion was like, oh, okay, Fuse has already worked with the Ministry of Tourism, but these were two different projects, and that's why he's looking to take them on. I mean, I would want to see, to be very honest, I would want to see how this ends from both parties, locally and internationally, because Fuse obviously is based in the UK. So I want to see how he approaches, this and how he wins the case. It would be a great case study. Yeah, Pare has shown the way when he took one, a sister station on for, using his photos without his consent. They literally cropped his watermark out of his photos, and then he won the suit in 6 figures. So it is possible. It is possible, but it is not encouraged by some of these institutions. Look, how much would you pay Kirani Ayat to use his video that would affect your public purse? How much would you pay a creative who has brought a proposal to you and the proposal is good? How much? What? 10,000 CDs? 20,000 CDs? And will affect your public purse? We've seen you people spend on worse things. The Ghanaian creative is one of the most powerful people in the world. When these people fly out of this country and they go to the States or they go anywhere, they do great things. They excel. They are doing. So how much would you pay Kirani Ayat or any other creative who you would identify and say, look, you know what, we are giving you all the money. Look, today a creative wants money to do a project and they're not getting it. You see Global Citizen? We're talking about Global Citizen. Global Citizen, the way it is because there was money pumped into it.
Yeah.
There was money pumped into it. If today Coca goes to the Ministry of Tourism or go to GT and say, look, I want to do an event where I want to unite all Black Americans and Africans on one stage. They won't give him money.
Oh, that diet will be a diet.
They won't give him money.
I will not leave.
They won't give him money. But let Coca find private funding. The stage that we use for Global Citizen is for a private individual.
True, yeah.
We purchase people from Afro Nation. The stage that we saw there is from a private individual. The tracks and everything we did was from Tony Tometi. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's not belabor the point that there are creatives here where you empower them with the funds.
The money.
They'll do great things. Don't wait for them to do it and go and steal their work and later come and tell us that you should be proud that we use your work. That's a
That wasn't right. Tell him.
Yes, and then they are expecting that the government will, help and support them, but then it seems it's going the other way around. So I think they should find a way to actually resolve this so that they actually help the, creative industry rather than taking from them. It's rather unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
but we can always
already-
make a way around it.
Already, the creative art space is, struggling. There are struggles in the artists, and every other person is trying to find their feet in that space. There's no
Right.
money, and then they're able to gather about $65,000 to shoot a video like that. Coca, you'll find out what's in a minute.
If the creative does not unite, and then there are three things we need to do. The gatekeepers need to be truth to ourselves and to the people. We need to speak truth to power, and then we need to put value to work. And then artists respect the value chain, because the people you disrespect are the same people when you have trouble, you expect them to talk to you about. And then when you are given a platform, respect it and give your best.
Okay, respect it and give your best. That's our wrap up the show today. All too soon, it's 1 hour. Well, we're going to get into other things. I've got to end it here. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My name is Desi Fadian, the Star Boy. I was here with Helen K. Also, Emmanuel Saponolele Salvador is an entertainment journalist on Twitter, Disturbing. And of course, our very own Coca. Big shouts to the production team. Up next is News Flash. Yes, enjoy the rest of our programs. We're back next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.